Now we'll talk about this blockchain, right? So when we hear a blockchain, right? So Bitcoin is based on blockchain, but no, Bitcoin is not blockchain. There is more to it for Bitcoin to be the Bitcoin. So what is a blockchain, right? And when was this coined? When was this actually, when the origins of this, right? So this was in a white paper by Stewart and Scott in 1991. Okay, so Bitcoin white paper came in 2009. So see the difference. So before Bitcoin white paper, this blockchain as a concept existed, and even the Bitcoin white paper, refers these to, the how to timestamp a digital document and improving the efficiency and reliability of digital timestamping. These are the two white papers that are referred also in Bitcoin white paper. Right. So if you notice, these original papers never use the word blockchain, right? Because it was not intended, or the vision was not to create a blockchain, but it had a very sound idea. The idea is this, right? It goes like this. Assume that you have a requirement to timestamp a document, right? The usual way is a centralized. Assume that there is a service called timestamping service, right? So you have this timestamping service, and then you are expected to ask that service to timestamp this document, and you put the trust on that entity to say that, okay, no, they are a trustable entity, and they will give me the timestamp, and then I can also look back and verify and validate and prove that this document was indeed created at that time, right? But the problem with this is, if you have to keep the trust on a closed source, right? Closed entity, and you cannot even verify it. Even you cannot prove it to anyone who's going to get this document. So this paper explains this idea, a very simple idea, where it says, hey, you take a document, right? And then you pass it through the hash function, and you create a hash value. And you add that hash value and also a timestamp and the previous block's hash value into this, and create a new hash out of this, right? So basically what this is trying to explain is chain these information parts together, so that now it is easily verifiable, in the sense, say for example, if anything in this document changes, the hash generated will not be in this blockchain, right? Or if the timestamp is changed by the service provider, this hash will not match. As I said, a hash function, if any value changes, even one single bit changes, the hash value will be very different, right? So then it is very easy to verify, as long as you have access to this whole blockchain, right? That way you are actually having a chain, and then you are able to make sure that indeed, yes, this is the document which is referenced in this blockchain. But there is still one problem here. That is, this is, say, for example, this service provider could very well change the whole chain, right, with your new document if he really wants to do it. There is no way that you can avoid that, because still it is centralized, right? The concept of decentralization is not spoken in this paper, but that comes in Bitcoin.